Metronome metrics, metric manipulation, anthropology of algorithms, examination of evaporation, streaming statistical sterilization of the station of creation reduced to calculated equation, 30-second attention, retention, tension, invention for diminution, communion with convention, craft got canceled for charts, character for clicks. If the algorithm dies, does your art still exist? Playlist placement, hump it, puppet strings of data-driven driver of desperate dictates, skip rate, science, silence is science for science of survival, mutilation of the message, hookless, hollow hype, optimized for haste, waste the intro, waste the story, waste the space for wait is enemy of the engagement graph over grammar, graphic over paragraph, quantitative quantification of qualitative qualities quantifies of the quality, qualifies as void of voice of choice, replaced by machine preference for perfection, perforation of expression, 30-second snippet sells the soul, retail the detail, derail the journey for the trail of breadcrumbs to the hook in under 8 seconds, late burial of the artistic state. Spotify symposium of simulating singers, the singles without the singular thinker thinner skin for criticism of the system victimized by the victory of metrics. Monthly listeners measure your measure of worthless without the worth the algorithm births a birth of artists who birth art for bots don't bleed but bots decide if your message live is A&R analytics anatomy of the anomaly and a mammally anesthetic by the anesthetic of monotony mold for the monetization model the mold the model sold wholesale cultural cannibalism cannibalize the cannon for clips of the clip in the wings of the script got edited by the editor called skip rate, skip the substance, skip the subtext, skip the substance of state. Accelerate the appetite for artificial artistry. Escalate the expectation of instant identification. The vergetate the regimented repetition of the repetitive. Fabricate the formula, vacillate the validity of virtue. Playlist position in politics. Position over proposition. Proposition poisoned by the position of the position. Engineered engagement, engineering engine over emotion. Emotion evicted by the evidence of efficiency. Statistical stagnation, statistically strangling the scene. Scene of the screen where the scream is streamed but unheard. Universe of uniformity. Uniformly uniform, individuality incinerated, craft crushed by the crash of the click, crash the castle of the castle built on cash for the cash, crash for the cash for the clash with the concept of the concept crumble in the ash. Diagnostic dystopia of the digital dilemma of the deaf to the depth of the depthless system symptomatic of the symptomatic symphony of silence where the silence is the only authentic note, attention anesthesia anesthetize the audience aptitude aptly adapted to 8-second attitude altitude alters when the algorithm adjusts the art or adjust to the art of adjustment. Archivist of the archive the archive of art archived in the archive with the archive algorithm parts from the purpose from the production of the product of the problem is the product you produce. If the server crashes, if the playlist vanishes, tonight vanishes your value. What does your value validate without light of the limelight versus light of the light inside the pen or playlist? Choose which lineage you defend.
5 minutes to diagnose the disease of the digital age. Age at the average age by the average of the rage against the machine, now rage with the machine programming you to program your programming for programming. Metronome metrics, measuring the depth of the metronome. Home of the homeless, homebody scrolling through a hollow home. Home is where the heart is, but the heart is hosted on a host of the ghost in the machine with no ghostwriter. But the algorithm dies if the data dissipates the dust to dust. But does the dust of your dust still matter much? Much ado about metrics, much ado about nothing more. More time on the metronome, less time on the scoreboard. Timer ticks, server hums. Unplug the plug, plug in a pencil. Let the pencil pump.